Now this one of them videos, man, for the people who are hard-headed, who can't accept a loss. A lot of people hate losing at things, whether it's video games, you know, a bet, a gamble, a fight. And that's what we're going to be talking about in this video. I'm going to be talking about how it is to cope with a loss when it comes to fighting somebody when you were locked up inside a prison. So let's go ahead and get into it. Same time of the week, better be there. Have my people send a message, make sure that it's there. Time for me to collect, bring the shit over here, cause you can tell them my face, don't make me come over there. I run up in your room, put my shank in your neck, swear to God I wet you up, better show me respect. I'm hitting licks like nothing, break bread with dogs. Putting on for Eastside, Davey, this Kfrog, this a robbery. Heard what I said, I got some names I won't say. Most of them dead, for that tune you get as a press on your head. Take the shit out your locker, throw it all on my bed. You got a daughter back you up, on care what you click. 2 lockers to fit both y'all shit. See me in the cut jamming, smoking the rip, getting tatted with the money that your people are sent. See on the streets I would've bust you, but in prison I come cut you. What's up, y'all? You already know, man. Kfrog TV back in the building. Y'all go ahead and do me that solid favor, man. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe button, and also make sure you hit the notification bell so you can see it first. Welcome back to the channel, y'all. If this is your first time tuning in, my name's Kfrog, and 9 times out of 10, everything I talk about over here is either jail or prison related. I will let y'all know off rip that I don't glorify prison. I do not promote it. I am not, trying to encourage people to go to the chain gang, but I am breaking it down and letting people know what to expect so they know the real spill, the ins and outs of it being behind that wall. I want people to know what to really expect and what will really 9 times out of 10 be brought to their attention if they find themselves incarcerated. For this one here, this is a video that a lot of people can learn from, and I'm going to be breaking it down. I'm going to let y'all know what I feel like you should do when it comes to having to cope with a loss when it comes to fighting inside a prison. All right? You might think you're big. You might think you're bad. Don't we all? But at the end of the day, there is always somebody bigger and badder than you. There's always somebody out there that can whoop you. You might be the biggest and baddest and toughest at the moment, but trust me, somewhere down the line, someone will come that will, end up dish ragging you. Or someone's probably already there that probably don't have the courage to, fight, or the heart, but really probably could whoop you if they really intended to. You get what I'm saying? And a lot of times people can't really cope with the loss. People don't know how to handle it, So I've seen people inside of prison get in a fight and they can't accept that they lost. So next thing you know, they'll go above and beyond to get put in confinement. So they pull a check-in stunt is what it's called. All because you couldn't take that ass whooping. You want to run up on the person in front of the guards or attack them on camera or keep attacking them when everyone's yelling clean break. When all reality, you could have avoided going to confinement. You feel me? All you had to do was learn. You win some, you lose some. At the end of the day, it is what it is. You learn more from your losses than your wins. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes you need that loss in order to understand, oh, this is where I messed up at. It teaches you what not to do again. If you won them all, 9 times out of 10, the people you were fighting weren't on your level. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that you're a bad fighter because you lost one, or it doesn't mean you're the best fighter because you've won them all. It all depends. A fight can be turned around so quickly. You see what I'm saying? And I've been in fights inside of prison where, of course, I didn't win them all, but one thing I will tell you that I gained from each and every fight, win, lose, or draw, was more respect. You understand? That's what the whole moral is. That's what the whole reason of being able to cope with a loss. You gain more respect for that. I wasn't one of them ones like, damn, dog, yeah, he got the best of me, so fuck it, I'm gonna keep attacking him until we get caught and go to confinement and risk getting the dorm shaken down. No, I wasn't doing that. I was more the one like, okay, he got the best of me for today, now I'm just gonna prepare for the next motherfucker I gotta fight, or if we get into it again, I'm gonna go, twice as hard. You get what I'm saying? And people are having a problem with coping with that, and a lot of people like to lie on their name, like to say they won every fight, or try to come home and brag and make it look like they never been whooped, just like people that go to prison talk about like they never were whooped on the streets. You see what I'm saying? It's possible, but there's way more people that's saying that than, that are actually undefeated, either on the streets before they went up the road or actually stayed undefeated up the road when they come home. You see what I'm saying? And I just want people to know, you got to wear that fight with, with your chest out, dog, chin up. You know what I'm saying? If you won or if you lost, regardless, you should feel the same after the fight. You should not
have your head down and take the walk of shame, bro. No, there's no reason to. You stood up for yourself. You're going to have people that try to put down on you, take advantage of you, disrespect you, step on your toes, you know, that are going to try to call you out your name and bring that savage about you. As long as you stick up for yourself and you fight when you have to fight, whether you won or not, people in that dorm are going to respect you, okay? If you're somebody that gets in a fist fight, one-on-one, okay? Say me and you are fighting one-on-one, and we're fighting. I'm getting you the best that you've ever, ever fight you've ever been in. I'm painting you. I'm hitting you better than you're hitting me. People are yelling clean break, and breaking it up. You're so hot-headed and so upset that, at the end of the day, you can't cope with taking a loss. So you decide not to clean break. When everyone's yelling clean break, I let you go, boom, everyone's grabbing me, pulling me off you, and now everyone goes to grab you. You don't want to let go, and you want to just keep trying to attack me and rush me and cause a scene. Did you know that the dorm would jump you for that? When people holler clean break and you decide to keep hitting your opponent and not clean break it when they say, the dorm will jump on you for that. You see? So it's like, you got to learn. It's in your best interest, bro. Like, if you're losing, just patience goes a long way, you understand? And being an angry fighter, someone that just goes crazy when they're fighting and throws whatever and tries all they can, isn't always in your best interest. And I know this because that's how I was when I was younger. When I was in elementary school, I used to get so pissed off and I ran through anybody I fought, everybody I'd fight. I had anger issues and I thought that was what it was. Once I see red, I see red. You feel me? But I actually learned, I was just whooping people, but I wasn't learning how to actually fight until I got in the juvenile program where I came across some jits that actually knew what they were doing a little bit. And then I found out the more aggressive and the more, anger I tried in the fight, the more and more easier it was for them to whoop me. You feel me? So once I learned how to be, cool, cope and steady with my whole, shit, I learned more. It made the fight, longer, but at the same time, I learned more from it. You feel me? And anytime that I, ended up losing a fight, I didn't walk around with my head down. I didn't let that person who won disrespect me just because they beat me up before. Hell no. Anytime you try me, we're gonna agree it again. It doesn't matter if you won the last one. We could have been arguing over a football game this time and you got the best of me, and now 2-3 days or 2-3 weeks go by and we're on the bones table playing dominoes and you disrespect me. I'm gonna call you out and try to fight you just like last time, whether you won or not, because a part of me kind of wants that dignity of redefining my victory. I want to be able to, I'm going to try to show you, bro. It isn't like a bike. Once you learn how to ride it, no matter how many times you fall off, you never forget, how to ride it. You get what I'm saying? It isn't like that when it comes to a fight. So it isn't like, oh, once you whoop me, you're going to always whoop me. I'm going to try so hard next time and next time and next time. You feel me? Some people will be able to overcome that. Some people won't. You know what I'm saying? Some people will be able to keep your ass to where it's like riding a bike, to where you will never be able to whoop them. You got to learn how to cope with that. And you got to learn to take that loss, with a grain of salt, chin up. You feel me? I've seen people that get respected more after the fight that lost than the person who won, that was bragging, acting like they were the shit, like they cannot be beat. The person who actually lost got more respect from the dorm. You feel me? Like, it's like one of those things after a while, like with Floyd Mayweather, for instance. Everybody wanted to see Floyd Mayweather eventually lose. You think about it, because you get tired of seeing the same person win. You feel me? So it's like that. If you're somebody that goes to prison and you're knocking them down like dominoes, eventually, man, the people in the dorm that don't like you or are tired of the same old outcome are going to be against you in their mind. They're going to wish someone would teach you a lesson. They're going to wish someone will beat your ass. You feel me? And prison's one of those places. It isn't like you hear about all the myths or like you see in movies. It's one of those places to where if you whoop someone, there's going to always be someone there that wants to try you. There's so many different alpha males in there that just because you beat someone up, they're not going to leave you alone. You understand? They might fall back and everything, but it isn't going to make it to where they know, oh, he whooped what's it called, so we know not to mess with him. Like you see in movies where one person's a pod boss is what they call it in movies. They don't call that shit down here in Florida. There's no such thing as a pod boss, okay? But if say there was a pod boss, like in movies, and someone comes in there and beats him up. Now all them dudes that were up under that guy follow up under that guy because he's like the head pod boss now. It isn't like that in Florida. You go in a dorm, there's going to be multiple people in that dorm that are all considered pod bosses. So many alpha males, and they bump heads with each other. You know, there's people that watch individuals fight and want to fight that person because he thinks he can fight now, because they see you whoop someone. They got that inner demon to show, like, man, I'll paint him, bro. Now they want to try you and challenge you. You see what I'm saying? So you got to understand, you got to be prepared for these things. You get what I'm saying? And a lot of things go unseen. You feel me? Like, you could be locked up and you could fight in a 2-man cell, you know, where nobody knows what really happened but you and that person. You see? So the guards don't get caught up and everything like that. You know, people will literally like go inside of a cell, crack the door off camera, out of sight where no one could see you, and them boys just hang like a sheet up, make it look like they're shit, and they covered a little window in the door. So if a guard does come in there and they walk by, you know, the little window's covered, and they go in there and that's all you hear. And they in there bumping it out, doing their thing. And at the end of the day, you come out, you know, and nobody in the whole dorm will know who won except for you and the individual you just fought. Now, you could have lost, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, everybody in that dorm is going to respect you. They don't know what happened. They just know you went in there. You feel me? You could have been the one that won. They're going to look at the person that lost with the same amount of respect as the person that you know if you were the winner. You see, that's why it doesn't really matter. You got to just learn how to cope with the loss. Move on to the next one. Just like a relationship. You're with a girl. Shit don't work out. You get the shit end of the stick. Move on to the next one. That's what you got to do when it comes to a fight. Shit don't work out in your best interest. You got to learn, keep your head up, and just go on to the next one. If somebody comes in your path, someone tries to step on your toes or come in your lane, you know, you knock their ass about your lane and do what you got to do. You feel me? I've seen a lot of people who first go to prison and they come with that, you know, that mindset to where like they can whoop anybody. They lose a fight, their whole bid's different after that. It's like they lose their self-esteem. They can't cope with it. They just straight up like shut down and they're not the same no more. And then you got people who come to prison off rip with no self-esteem that are just spooked from the get-go. You do not want to be one of them individuals. You get what I'm saying? Think about it. When you go to prison, right? Not everyone's going to respect you. You got to earn your respect. Why? Because all the shit you did to earn your respect on the streets was on the streets. That shit wasn't seen by these individuals in here. They're just going off of what you told them or off of how, you know, word travels, how another person told them a story about you. But they never seen it with their own eyes. You get what I'm saying? So just like the shit you did on the street is unseen to these individuals in the prison, when you're in prison, anything you do is going to be unseen to the people on the streets. You get what I'm saying? So regardless, you just got to earn your respect and you got to learn, even if it's a fight, you know, you got to just make it through and just keep it going. Don't let that shit break you. Don't let no one beat you up and then put you up under their wing and now they're extorting you, taking your money, putting down on you, trying you, you know, making you pay rent and stuff like that. You never ever want to allow that. You feel what I'm saying? And it isn't like, oh, because you fought, they're not going to try that. People will still try that even if you fought, whether you won or if you lost. You get what I'm saying? So this video right here is just for people to learn, to understand there's always someone bigger and badder than you out there. You could be in a dorm and you could be in such a pie dorm to where nobody stands up for themselves except for you and like 2 other dudes that are your homeboys. So you and your 2 homeboys will feel like y'all run this dorm, right? But really, yeah, it's just a bunch of people that are pie, that have no heart. But you never really know, that individual might have it in them to whoop you themselves if they had enough courage to get there. You see? So all it would take is enough pokes, enough pushes and shoves to one of them individuals for them to get hot enough to where they stand up for themselves, they're tired of it, and they might take you up through there and beat your ass. And you won't even know, and this person been in the dorm with you for 8 months and hasn't said one word. You thought they were soft. You were judging the book by its cover. You never really know who you're dealing with, who you're around, who you're provoking, or any of this stuff. You get what I'm saying? But one thing I do know is if your ass loses, you better accept it. Accept it and move on. You know, there's people in prison that will get in a fight with someone and lose, and they can't take that loss. So instead of checking in or instead of like causing attention on camera or still attacking them during the fight. They'll decide, oh, you know what? Since I lost, I'm going to go stab him now. You know, and they're going to plan on trying to stab this person, all because that person beat them in a one-on-one fair fight. You see? Now, you might have people that had nothing to do with the situation. Even people that were like rooting for you to win the fight. They might get involved now that they know you're going to stab this individual, and they might try to stab you before it happens. You see, that's just how it goes, you know. Prison's one of them places where all you got is you, yourself. If you're in a gang, you got brothers, but not every brother's your brother, you know. And at the end of the day, you find yourself in a fight. You win, pat yourself on the back. That's simple. You lose, still pat yourself on the back. Don't take it so hard on yourself. Don't be so harsh on yourself, because you're not expected to win them all, though. If you win them all, 9 times out of 10, there were people that probably didn't know how to fight. A lot of people are just fighting just to protect themselves, you know, or fighting because they feel like they're being tried. You know, that's their fight mechanism is a self-defense. You know, they don't really know how to fight, but if they feel disrespected, they don't want other people who are watching and observing to think that anyone can just try them, so they'll try to fight you. And then really you think since they called you out, oh, he must know how to bump. And then you whoop him, beat him bad. Really, he didn't know how to fight. He just knew not to let himself be getting picked on by others. You see what I'm saying? That's why you gotta learn. If your ass lost a couple, you know you lost a couple. If someone hit you more times than you hit them, you feel me? You know you lost. You get what I'm saying? If you're in a fight, I know anyone that's watching this that's been in a real fight knows if you're in a fight and that motherfucker connected a couple times and you felt that, you know he hits hard and you know he got more licks in than you got on him, you know it is what it is. You get what I'm saying? But you're here another day, you understand? And a lot of people lie about what really happened to them inside of prison. Lie about what they did on the streets while they're in prison. You get what I'm saying? That's because it's the unseen. When it's the unseen fights and the unseen gangsterness, everyone always has an A1 top of the line roster, right? Everyone always has the best record. They act like they've been through it all. They've done the most gangsterous shit. They beat up the most people. They've survived the most fights. This is what you will hear, and this is what you're supposed to expect. You know what I'm saying? I've told y'all this multiple times. The word jail has meanings to it. Just ask, I'll lie. Okay? Or just another inmate lying. Literally, that's it. You know how it is. You run into people, and the first thing they'll do is tell you a bunch of war stories. What it was like at their last institution. How they did time at their last institution. They beat this person up, that person up, this person up, that person up. Feel me? And then next thing you know, you'll see them get in a fight with somebody, and they didn't even know how to swing, didn't even know how to fight. Now, since they lied so much and built such a character about themselves, they can't cope with the loss. Then that's when they change their whole attitude after that. Taking that one loss, all of a sudden, they're back in their shell now. They don't even act like they were on no gangster shit or anything, because they were faking it to make it. You understand? My whole meaning of the video is, if you want to fake it to make it, you can do what you got to do. You know, you can weasel through and not go through any fights. You know, if you're lucky. If you're not on people's radars, you can weasel through with no problems at all. You know what I'm saying? So people can fake it to make it. There's thousands of people that do it. But at the same time, I feel like it's better to just be yourself. Don't look for problems. But if any problems come your way, deal with them. You get what I'm saying? The good, bad, or the ugly. No matter what it is, deal with them. And whether you win them all, whether you lose them all, whether you break even with wins and losses, at the end of the day, you will still feel better yourself. You know, if you're someone that's faking it to make it, you can't feel good about yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you're someone that's in there lying about shit you did on the streets, trying to look like you were a top dog on the streets, because a lot of them do it. Or if you're someone that got out and lied about how you were in prison. You feel me? I feel like that right there has got to be such a harsh feeling. Because at the end of the day, you can lie to everybody, but the true you is known by yourself. You know every lie you're telling, you know deep within it's true or not. You feel me? You can't lie to yourself. You got to just learn. My opinion is to just, whatever fight comes your way, man, just man up, even if you don't know how to fight. You know, you'll learn eventually from getting your ass whooped too many times, or you'll learn from mistakes, or from wins and mistakes. You'll eventually learn. The whole thing is, don't be one of them people that try to lie about their fights, saying you won them all when you probably lost a couple. Don't be scared to lose any. You understand? Because that right there is gonna make you learn how to cope with a loss. You see what I'm saying? And you keep that chin up at all times. That's what made me want to make this quick video for y'all, to let y'all understand this and break it down. I know a lot of people are going to learn from this video because not everybody's been to prison. I guarantee you a huge portion of people that watch this channel have not been to prison. So a chunk of them probably would have been the ones faking it to make it, knowing they never been in problems, knowing that nobody would probably try them if they stick to themselves. And I just want to let you know that isn't the easiest route. You understand? It's the coward route. You're better off sticking to yourself, but if someone does try you, man up and get through there. Go through that shit with your chin up at all times and learn how to cope with it. Because like I said, the unseen doesn't matter. You feel me? But at the same time, you yourself inside will know if you truly was beating people up, if you was truly protecting yourself, if you lost a couple. And at the end of the day, making yourself happy is what builds your pride, your courage, and your heart. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I got for y'all in this video, man. Y'all drop in the comment section and let me know what y'all think. Have y'all ever came across someone that bragged that they were the biggest and baddest, beat up everybody that ever was in their way, and they never lost a fight, but then you found out that shit's fake, or you know they've lost a fight? Or what about the people, we all know one like this, that tells the story different than it really happened? There's always people like that. You'll see somebody get their ass whooped and beat up, and then like 6 months later, the person that beat them up's not there no more. 6 months later, that person's telling the story to someone else, and you're sitting there listening, and then they want you to co-sign, like, Frog, tell him, remember when I did? You know, they want you to co-sign, and you're looking at him like, this lying motherfucker, he got whooped that day. He talking about he beat bruh up, cause bruh ain't here no more. See, people be lying and shit like that, man. I'm one of them ones. For everybody I fought inside the chain gang, I'd say 9 out of 10 of them still, they're on my Instagram. I'm still communicate. I'm still like intact with them. You feel what I'm saying? Like even the ones that won against me and even the ones I whooped, it's still all respect. Because at the end of the day, it never stopped me from fighting the next day or fighting someone later or even having a rematch with that individual. At the end of the day, I'm going to always get in there even if I get whooped. You know, like I used to say when I was a hothead, you know, one of us is getting knocked out. Either you gonna bust me or I'm gonna bust you. That's how it is. At the end of the day, someone's getting bust. You feel me? And that's what I stand on. You feel me? That's all I got for y'all today, man. So y'all make sure y'all drop in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. And like I always say before I go, make sure you keep them rats, squares, clowns, chomos, pedos, gunners, wannabe island boys, and clout chasers out your circle. And until next time, this the one and only, I am my team, Frog.